Welcome to another edition of Daily World TV News Bites here on Daily World Television. My name is Kal Korff and I'm your host. In the United States today, millions of Americans will be celebrating the inauguration of Donald Trump as America's 45th president, replacing Barack Obama. At the same time, tens of millions of them will also be very unhappy because they didn't vote for him. The United States, for better or worse, remains a very polarized nation. Even if Hillary Clinton had won the election, the fact is that half the country would still be upset. Some of the issues that Donald Trump will be facing are a combination of disasters that Obama has left behind as he leaves the White House. It wouldn't matter who his successor is, they would still have to clean up the mess. Other problems Trump faces are ones that are new. How does he create jobs, for example? Donald Trump, using his typical hyperbole, has said he's going to be the greatest job creator that God has ever seen. Well, anytime you start bringing in the G word, you raise a very high bar. So far, since Trump has won the election, several companies have pledged to create thousands, even millions of jobs if you add up the totals of their stated pledges. There is a difference, however, between rhetoric and deliverables. Words mean nothing, as I constantly remind people, unless they are backed up by tangible deliverables. There are also international issues from a security standpoint, even a global security standpoint, that Trump is going to have to face and conquer. One of them is how to deal with the terrorist group, the Islamic State. Trump's grand plan is to work with Russia to repair the ties that have been cut by Barack Obama and work together to destroy and fight terrorism and, ironically, money laundering. That's rather ironic when it concerns Russia, since Putin's oligarchs launder money all the time, according to publicly available documents. There's also issues of immigration. Trump says he's going to build a wall along the border with Mexico. That will make it several thousand miles long. It will cost billions of dollars, and American taxpayers are going to be on the hook for that, despite the fact that he said that Mexico will pay for it. Now, does this mean that Trump is breaking a campaign promise? Absolutely not. Trump has said that he doesn't have time to wait for Mexico to pay the bill. What he's going to do instead is make sure that they do pay it, but since he wants to start on the wall immediately, the best way to do it is to start writing that check and using government funds. People who attack Trump over the fact that he's going to be making money at his nearby Trump Hotel near the White House, which is brand new and was open because the Obama administration ironically approved it. Trump has said that he's going to take all the money from foreign dignitaries who book themselves in the hotel and give it to the U.S. Treasury. That pretty much eliminates any criticisms from his so-called critics on that issue. There's other issues at stake: how to deal with communist China. China is taking a belligerent attitude towards Trump. He has taken a belligerent attitude towards them, but in a very different way. Trump does not agree necessarily that there is a one China policy. He views the country of Taiwan as an independent nation, which in fact it is in reality. It is the communist Chinese in Beijing who view Taiwan as a renegade province, quote unquote, even though it is not and never has been. So, China says there will be a war, that they will fight to keep Taiwan if necessary. The United States has a defense pact with Taiwan to guarantee its security and sovereignty. Obviously, both sides cannot keep to their doctrine without a conflict of some kind occurring. We will see what unfolds. China is also very aggressive in the South Asian seas. The United States has made its position clear regarding that China will not be allowed to continue to build artificial islands and especially militarize them. Since the United States is a divided country, it will be ultimately up to Donald Trump to heal this divide. However, Trump can only go so far. When you have la-la left-wing liberals who don't live in reality, that make false changes against him, combined with a media that hates him and even engages in fake news, which Daily World TV has exposed before, you can't win, even if you're doing all the right things. There are plenty of issues that one can legitimately criticize Donald Trump over. What the American people in the world must not do, especially the media, is criticize him over things that are not valid, where the real motives for doing so are just because they don't like him. Hatred is never right, which means it's automatically wrong.